She's dead. Wrapped in plastic.
Welcome to the Twin Peaks podcast.
Damn good coffee. And hot. Would everyone please take a seat?
Welcome everyone to the final episode of the Twin Peaks podcast.
Say it ain't so.
I'm Matt.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Brad.
I'm Caitlin.
And we have Claire with us.
Yay, me.
We used to clap for guests, but not anymore.
I didn't know.
You guys have changed. Fame has changed you.
You're one of the family, that's why you're here.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
you've been here since nearly the beginning with your feedback.
Yeah.
You're like the grandma we made from a tree thing.
Awesome.
Speaking of tree mothers, no, that doesn't work at all.
I was really curious where that was going.
Yeah, me too. After I said it.
You were like
Speaking of
silent
tree-
waiting, and it's like, oh, okay.
I was going to transition into short films, and The Grandmother is one of them. but yeah, we're going to talk about some of the things we didn't get a chance to talk about. So David Lynch's short films, and then we're going to go through some awards. We're going to nominate some favorite Lynch things, least favorite Lynch things. Then we'll try to come to a consensus as a group, and much fun will be had. Or we'll all hate each other by the end.
And if you can't agree, then we're going to fight
Yeah.
in a big pit of mud.
Yeah.
And cherry pie. A big cherry pie.
All right, so yeah, I sent you guys some links about some short films we could watch. Let's see what I got here. I know we didn't all get to watch everything, but you guys were saying you really wanted to talk about Dumbland, right?
Yeah.
Had you seen Dumbland before?
I had. Yeah.
Okay.
Had you guys?
Yeah, it's on our Lynch DVDs that we have.
I love Dumbland. I think the episode with the stick is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Brad, did you get that far?
I made it through 2 and was like, I could not.
I think the first one is probably one of the least funny ones, because you're kind of like, okay. But as you watch more, I just love it. I love how annoyed the main guy in it always looks. He's just really annoyed. But my favourite character is the wife.
Yeah. David Lynch as the wife.
Yeah, because all she does is scream hysterically all the time. And I just think...
And get her head crushed.
Yeah.
Dumbland is so hit and miss.
Yeah.
Lynch is already hit and miss, but these are probably some of the starkest contrasts. Like, yeah, the stick one is hilarious in a dark way, but my favorite one is the one where I think it's an uncle comes to town or something, and he's just standing there, and he has Uncle Bob, and he has this whole neurotic thing where he stomps his foot, his neck stretches out, he makes this weird cawing sound, then he pukes on the floor, and then he just keeps repeating the same
And then he runs across the room and punches the guy.
Oh yeah, he runs across and punches him in the face, goes back to his starting spot. Yeah.
So weird.
Oh, you saw that, did you?
Yeah.
What did you think of these?
I don't know. Maybe if I was in the right mood, they'd be extremely funny, but I'm not a fan of ugly face animation.
So what are some other examples of that?
I don't know, just random stuff I've seen on the internet.
Beavis and Butthead?
Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants?
It's the worst of them all. I've never actually watched SpongeBob, so.
Oh.
I was on the bus today, and I started really giggling like a crazy person, and it was because all that popped into my head was, "You got the stick! You got the stick! You got the stick!" and I could not stop laughing.
He's choking on the stick.
Joking on stick, you poked his other eye out.
My favorite part is when he gets run over by the car.
Yeah.
He rolls out.
Yeah, he
the
rolls
road.
out and then he gets run over by
Yeah.
the...
So Dumbland are some weird cartoons that David Lynch did, and he drew them all himself and voiced them all himself.
Even the little kid.
Even the little kid and the wife, just by modulating his voice. And
Awesome.
yeah, if you like his dark humor, you might like them. What else?
The animation's really basic.
Oh yeah, it really,
Yes.
yeah.
Like, they're just stick figures.
Yeah. So what else did we get? You guys, some of you watched The Grandmother.
Yeah. Oh, I have one more note for Dumbland, sorry, which was tap dancing ants.
Oh yeah.
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 that's
That
my
episode was kind of slow at first, and the ants were just like doing a dance, and then I laugh out loud at the end. Where he's like, "Fucking ants!" and he just goes nuts, stomping them all.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Grandmother.
David Lynch must have had an ant problem in his house at
Maybe.
the time.
Maybe. Did he have a grandmother problem?
Maybe.
I told Brad not to watch The Grandmother late at night.
And did you, Brad?
I did not.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I watched it about half an hour ago.
It's been a while since I watched that one, and I seem to remember it being very similar to Eraserhead in tone.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I don't think I enjoyed it too much, but it was interesting, I guess.
I think I enjoyed it probably the most of the bunch.
Really? Okay. What'd you like about it?
It's just it's creepy. It's interesting. I don't enjoy these as a whole.
Yeah.
But I think this is maybe got the most possibility
Mm-hmm.
in it. And yeah, it is very much like Eraserhead, but
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it came before Eraserhead, didn't it? Claire, do you know?
I think so, yeah.
So it's from 1917.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It definitely did then.
I like the fact that, like, you could see some of his stuff in it already. Like, the little boy was kind of dressed and looked the same as Pierre Tremont from Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wearing the little suit.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was cool. I thought the animation as well kind of reminded me of, like, it was quite weird, jerky animation, like sort of like Monty Python, but like the Yellow Submarine film as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They did some pretty cool things with it, where they were doing stop motion, but with the actors.
Mm-hmm.
it was like the worst Vine video ever made.
David Lynch loves his Vine.
With, like weird stop animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's all.
Okay.
That's just my impersonation of bad Vine stop animation.
Okay. Well, speaking of bad animation, there's a couple short films that I didn't send you guys that are really early, such as The Alphabet
Yeah.
and Six Men Getting Sick, which are basically Terry Gilliam type animations, just on like the short, like a Vine, like this 6-second thing on repeat. And I guess that counts as a short film. I don't know, just an animation of 6 dudes throwing up on all over each other. I don't know. So there's not much substance to those, so I didn't send them. But
I really like the music in The Grandmother. There was this bit of music, and it was like the where it was kind of the, like, a lot of it was like the Eraserhead soundtrack, it's kind of just noise, but there was this bit of music with the whistling over the top. That was really cool. I like that music.
I completely forgot to send you guys The Amputee, though. It's been a while since.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that for ages.
That one's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
I think all that happens in that one is...
Doesn't it just like it squirts pus everywhere? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
just-
remember like a limb squirting.
There's
stuff
a
all
nurse
over the
trying to
place.
take care of this lady. Was it Catherine Coulson or was it Mrs. Briggs there? I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember.
I think it was Mrs. Briggs.
But yeah, she's an amputee and she's sitting in a chair and her legs squirting stuff and her live-in nurse is trying to fix it. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can look that one up, guys.
I'm just glad I didn't choose nurse as a profession.
Sounds like a party.
I think the lesson we take from The Grandmother is that you should always poke your grandmother. Because at the end they're like just poking each other. I was like, wonder what will happen if I go and poke my grandmother.
Give it a try. She might revert to a tree. I don't know. Yeah. Did you guys watch The Cowboy and the Frenchman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cowboy and the Frenchman should be friends, which is all I hear whenever I hear the title.
Okay.
Or as I like to call it, David Lynch, stop being a racist.
I really like the first half of that, and then once it becomes nighttime, I start falling asleep.
But then you get the women going, time has passed like a tumbleweed, or whatever they do. Which is great.
Brad, did you not find the French stereotypes hilarious?
Oh, I mean, they were comedy gold.
What did Mel think of the French stereotype?
Well, I don't know. I'm not from France, so.
What did Caitlin think? That's my question.
Yeah, what did Kate?
Yeah, right on. Perfect. Every one of them. They're entertaining.
Oh,
I just loved Harry Dean Stanton. Yeah, that was him, right?
I don't
It's been a
remember.
while. It's been a while since I watched it.
I have a terrible memory. I should have watched these and I didn't.
I love Jack Nance as a cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
A confused cowboy is like the greatest thing ever.
It really suits him.
Yeah. But it was Harry Dean Stanton, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the main one. He's
Okay.
brilliant.
I just loved that scene.
And Michael Horse was in it as well.
Yeah, so these cowboys capture this French man, and they just go through his bag and they keep pulling out French stereotype after French stereotype, like a French fries, for instance. And after each one, Harry Dean Stanton's just like, "What the hell?"
Well, they
And
pull
it's
out
only
all
when
the
they-
stuff like, yeah, go on, Brad, go on.
And it's only when they get to French fries that they're like, oh, he's a Frenchman.
They're like Eiffel Tower, snails,
What the hell?
French fries. He's a Frenchman.
Yeah, I think this was produced in partnership with some French company, wasn't it?
Probably because he lived in France, didn't he, David Lynch?
Yeah, he has a
That's
great
got his little nightclub.
he has a great love for the French, Brad. He's not a racist.
Sure. He also has a great love for the Native American peoples.
Well, that's Michael Horse
Yeah.
playing the role of Broken Arrow. Was that his name? God.
Yeah.
Broken Feather. Broken Arrow is a crappy film.
There's also another. This one's not a short, but I guess it's just a pilot. Was there only one episode made of On the Air? Do you know?
No, there was a few. I don't know how many there are, but I've definitely seen more than one.
Oh, okay. I could only find one on YouTube, but
I don't know how many were made.
On the Air is the show that Lynch and Frost did after Twin Peaks. And we all at least watch the first episode?
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started. Brad, did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute there for a second.
Oh, okay. It started off really, really slow, but yeah, by the end of it, I was getting into it. It was pretty funny, but I just could not stand that character that Squiggy plays.
Which one?
The guy who played Squiggy, the guy who was in Twin Peaks and Laverne and Shirley and stuff, and
Was he the one who had like the accent that just kept changing?
Yeah.
German-
Oh yeah, I couldn't stand him.
that's not.
He
an
looked like Paula Tompkins.
Yeah, he did.
Which amused me.
Not as spiffy, but
I think the girl, what was her name in it? Was it Betty? Was that her name in it? I can't remember. She's like basically Lucy because she's got kind of the high pitched voice and was like a bit ditzy, and it was like, could have been played by Kimmy Robertson.
right. But
Can you
was
scream?
yeah.
Yeah.
But was the German guy, was he supposed to? That's not an accent that exists in reality. So was that supposed to be a speech impediment?
I think
have no
that's the classic foreign nondescript foreign European accent.
Yeah. That's how I sound, right? I mean,
When I took dialects class in college, there was a lot of that seemed to come out.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's so you
Foreign
can't,
and nondescript.
yeah, and you can't even. You have to really concentrate to understand what he's saying.
maybe he was from Meepos.
But I thought it was fairly
How
clear
dare
that.
you? My name of Meepos.
But I thought it was fairly clear he was supposed to be German. So why didn't they just take
Yeah.
a German accent?
Sometimes he was like French. Sometimes it was kind of Eastern European.
I couldn't even imitate that accent if I tried. But
It was like, have you guys ever heard of the show Hello Hello?
no.
No.
It's like this old like sort of comedy sitcom-y thing from the 80s, I think. And there was this, and it was set in like the French, the sort of French resistance in in the Second World War, and there's this guy who's English, but he's pretending to be like a French police officer, and that's what that guy's accent reminded me of, because he'll just appear and be like, "Good morning," and that's like his French accent for good morning, and that's what that guy's accent reminded me of. So someone listening might know what I'm talking about. I'll try and put something on the Facebook group.
Matt, a second ago you said you couldn't imitate that accent if you tried.
Yeah.
I'd like to challenge that.
What, have I done it?
No, I'd just like you to try it.
Oh.
For my own entertainment.
What do you want? What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Trying to remember what he was saying.
I'm trying to remember things he said.
Didn't he say, can you scream?
I'll try to say
Can you scream?
It sounded like, can you swim?
Can you scream? Scream.
Yeah.
Can you scream?
You just sound like you're trying to do, what's his face? The Star Trek movies there.
Chekhov?
Yes.
I thought you sounded South African. Oh my word.
It does sound like Chekhov.
Also, can we point out the fact that On the Air is basically a Dick Tremaine spin-off show?
I know.
Yes.
Oh man, I loved it when Ian Buchanan was just dancing around.
I know.
Yeah. Well,
Makes me so happy.
That's so
Don't
cool.
look at him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled a total Christian Bale. Yeah, don't look at me while I'm acting. Yeah, him and Miguel Ferrer really made On the Air that one episode I saw. They're both really great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's quality comedy. I would have continued watching if it had gotten picked up. And
Well, I didn't want to keep watching it. Like when the first time we watched it, the first 20 minutes, I was like, I'm done with this. But then when I
it's
gave
only
it,
like 20 minutes long.
well,
you mean like the
less-
first 5?
like 10 minutes, whatever. I was like,
The
I'm
first
done.
20.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's like saying I only read 1,000 pages before I give it. Yeah. First 10 minutes. Sorry, I thought it was an hour.
No. I guess it felt like an hour.
Yeah, it felt like an hour. Anyways, the first 10 minutes I was ready to give it up, but then
Yeah.
when we gave it another chance, I was okay with it.
Yeah. So Brad, you just liked it at the end when everything fell apart.
Yeah, I think that was the highlight.
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, before that, I was really only enjoying just Miguel Ferrer yelling at everyone.
Oh, I need Ian Buchanan dancing.
and Ian
Come on.
Buchanan. Yeah.
Ian Buchanan just being Ian Buchanan. Every role I've ever seen him in is the same, and I love it.
Our pilot for a show, though, I really wonder, how long they could spin those plates.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess they'd have to. Afterwards, they'd have to start, since they screwed up their live television broadcast so poorly, and it went over so well. I guess the storyline would be that they'd have to start trying to intentionally make it seem like it was being screwed up, and I suppose that wouldn't work. And I haven't seen beyond the first episode. That's just me speculating.
I can't remember. It's been ages.
Yeah.
And hilarity would ensue.
Yes. So did anyone but Mel and I watch David Lynch's Hotel Room?
I'd seen it before, but a long time ago, and really don't remember much. But I didn't get a chance to watch it this time.
Mm-hmm. So no, just Mel and I.
Sorry. The short answer.
It's fine. We can quickly talk about it.
Yeah, it's like 3 episodes. They all take place in the same hotel room at different time periods.
Yeah.
And the first one has Harry Dean Stanton in it, and it has who's the guy who played the Elephant Man's owner?
And the duck
And the
sound effect
and the duck
dude.
sound effect guy from Wild at Heart.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, and he was in Dune as well.
Yeah.
Sid something? Am I imagining things? I can't remember.
It wasn't Jack Fisk, was it?
Oh, maybe it was. No, it wasn't Jack Fisk, because Jack Fisk was the man in the Moon Man from Eraserhead.
Right. Anyways, it was the two of them, and in the first episode, and they had this weird relationship, and
They shared a prostitute.
they shared a prostitute, and
David Lynch loves that, like Twin Peaks as well.
well,
Sharing prostitutes? Yeah.
They-
Yeah.
they didn't really share. I mean,
No, he-
Harry Dean Stanton was there.
He paid for it, and then he took
The
her
other guy
away from
came in.
him.
Harry Dean Stanton just sheepishly, silent or like feebly protested and just let it happen. He's like, "Oh, come on, not now, Lou. No, not this time. Oh." Anyways.
Oh.
And then somehow at the end he got framed for murder. But I don't know. And the second one's about some girls, and they're just gossiping about the husband of one of them, and
No, I was just talking about the potential husband and how she has to get married because she's getting old now and da-da-da-da-da.
yeah, and
They're
then
just being catty with each other.
Yeah, and I really didn't like this one. And the husband shows up, and then
It's not a husband, it's the boyfriend.
Oh, right,
and
right,
she
right.
wants to marry him, but she doesn't. But she does.
yeah, and then she clocks him over the head, and he's bleeding out all over the place, and suddenly he's in love with her, and she and then they start making out while his head is pooling
bleeding.
with blood. And the third one has Crispin Glover in it.
Yay!
And he's with some lady who seems to be his wife, and they're in New York City in the 30s or something. And it's during a blackout, and it's just it's basically just the two of them, and they're talking, and she keeps going in and out of lucidity because she's got some sort of brain problem, and they want to get it operated on. That's why they're in New York. And I don't know, it was very interesting. It was kind of it was like twice as long as the other two episodes for some reason.
Yeah.
But
And they kept mentioning a son that they had lost. He died or whatever.
yeah, what was his name?
Oh, wait, what was his name? It was a really weird name.
Yeah.
Dan something.
Dan Bug.
Dan Bug.
Oh, Dan Bug drowned, remember? Yeah. Anyways, it was
Dan Bug.
kind of a sad thing. It was not not super happy. It was just kind of interesting. I wouldn't watch it again, but anyways, yeah, David Lynch's hotel room. I'm not sure where that came from or why it happened, but I
But
guess
it's there.
It's an interesting experiment.
But it's a thing.
It's a thing.
I have another note from On the Air. I've just had a look. Did you guys notice that the Twin Peaks music played when Ian Buchanan's character entered?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
They
if,
reused the stuff.
And the executives were sitting in the red room.
Yeah.
if you downloaded all the Twin Peaks music that was on David Lynch's website, for some reason some on-the-air music came with it, like those on-the-air versions of Laura Palmer's theme. So I was aware that they reused the music. So what else did he do that we could talk about? There was one other thing.
His new album.
Yeah. And Industrial Symphony number 8, is it?
Oh yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
That should be fair.
I got the title of that wrong in the quiz at the Twin Peaks Festival, so don't trust me on it.
It's Industrial Symphony number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Which is basically like a live, I don't know, what would you call it? A concert with stage theatrics?
Yeah, it's worth watching. If Brad and Caitlin haven't seen it, because it's a lot of the Julie Cruz songs and things, but it's on stage. But it has appearances from Michael J. Anderson pops up in it, and Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern. Yeah, and it has this weird little story.
Yeah, it opens
really
up
cool.
with footage of them as their characters from Wild at Heart on the phone.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the stage, and Julie Cruz sings a bunch, and there's people writhing all over cars and in the air on wires and stuff in the background. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's a lumberjack.
But the music is
David
nice.
Lynch.
All right, yeah. So Claire, if you want to talk about his albums at all, we can.
Oh, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about them.
Well,
I like his new album. It's I actually like it more than his first album. The new album is called The Big Dream, and the first one was Crazy Clown Time.
Yep.
Yeah, they're fun music.
I think I like the first album a little bit better, but I don't know. Both albums.
They're good to listen to and walk around late at night.
Yeah. The first one's way more electric, up-tempo stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy Clown Time. Oh, David Lynch.
Yeah.
It's just weird to hear him sing, though, I find.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have a typical singing voice. It's kind of...
It's like a Bob Dylan.
yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But he seems to be doing a lot of music now instead of movies, which I'm not sure. I hope he gets back to something visual soon. But
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I want David Lynch to please do more movies, less music, and Ryan Gosling to do more music, less movies.
When has he done music?
He did an album. He's got a band, Ryan Gosling, called Dead Man's Bones, and they do songs about zombies and werewolves.
Awesome.
with a choir of creepy little children
I have to
dressed as like Edward Scissorhands. They're amazing.
Wow.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
All right, so Brad or Caitlin, do you want to say anything about any of these shorts that you watched before we go to the award section? Anything you particularly hated or enjoyed?
No. I really could do without these.
Yeah.
So you'll never watch. You can say you'll never watch these again.
I can't imagine a circumstance where I'd be like, you know what I need to watch again? I need to watch the Cowboys and the Frenchmen.
Maybe I would show it to a friend if I'm like, hey, this is super weird. Want to see something?
I can just imagine you, Caitlin, now standing on a street corner in a big jacket and like, hey, you want to see something? And then opening your coat and you've got a TV screen. Hey, you.
You want to see something freaky?
You want to see a grandma come out of a tree? Take a look at this.
You may have just predicted my future, so.
Alright, so we'll move into the awards section, and how we're going to do this is we have some categories, and we're just going to come up with a nominee, and then we'll try, if we can get a majority of us to agree on one out of all the nominees, we'll declare a winner.
Can we fight for our corner?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we declare alliances?
Yes, you can. Do you guys want to start at the bottom of the categories that's listed here?
I don't have ones for all of them, so I'm gonna make on the fly some.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for worst dressed, and this is out of everything visual from Lynch, so short films, TV, and films. So worst dressed. You want to go first?
I guess so. I picked the mom from Wild at Heart.
That is a good one.
That is a strong choice.
Oh, yeah.
She disturbs me on all levels.
Especially
her clothing choices.
If you had to have a screenshot for your pick, would it be with puke in the hair, lipstick all over the face?
Yeah, probably. Or just her as like, just acting like a little girl.
Okay.
But she's like, what, 50, 60? I don't even know.
Okay.
Grosses me out.
That's a strong opening bid.
It is. Alright, I'm gonna say Brad Dourif in blue velvet with his silver jacket.
I don't know, Matt. That's pretty spiffy.
Is it?
I don't know.
Wait, was that ever in style? I don't know.
Mel's bringing it back.
I'm gonna haul out my silver jacket tomorrow.
Alright, Brad, you want to go?
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Sting. Sting Dune.
Oh man, with the Speedo.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's gonna be tough.
All right, Caitlin.
Ooh, yeah. I had a tough time with this one. I actually had a hard time remembering what people were wearing, so...
If you agree with something that's brought up, you can just throw a second vote towards it.
I'll throw a second vote towards the mom at Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although Sting is pretty gross too.
Yeah.
I prefer not to think about that. Just in general, so...
All right, Claire.
Well, the one that popped into my brain, although I'm going to go with Mel's as well, because I completely forgot about the puke in the hair and everything. But I instantly thought of John Merrick, because he basically wears a burlap sack. So I was like, and he's not carrying off that look.
It's very true. But some people dress for style and some dress for function, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna vote.
He might have been very comfortable. He might have used like a nice fabric conditioner on it.
Fabric.
He has a giant hat.
Yeah.
I was gonna vote John Merrick as best dressed. But not the burlap sack look, just when he's wearing his suit. Cause
he's very dapper later.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess the consensus is the mom from Wild at Heart.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay, best dressed.
Yeah, John Merrick.
John.
But yes, with the suit.
With the suit.
He's
Okay.
very spiffy.
John Merrick with the suit.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Alvin Strait.
Not the comfortable look.
He's got the old comfortable flannel look.
You like that?
He looks like an
your
old man.
style.
That's what I'm gonna look like when I'm old.
Matt, that's you in a few years.
Yep. I fully admit it.
You're gonna ride around on your lawnmower.
All right, Brad.
I gotta go Dick Tremaine, just because
Yay!
he's the embodiment of best dressed.
Yes, that was what I was gonna say. He has an outfit for every occasion.
What about the shorts,
The
though?
shorts,
The
Brad.
shorts.
That was my runner up for worst dressed.
Yeah, if you guys want to mention runners up, if you have any, go ahead.
Brad, you could have Little Nicky in the shorts as best dressed and Dick Tremaine as worst dressed for the shorts. 'Cause they look alright on a child.
No.
All right, so Dick Tremaine. Caitlin?
Yeah, I was seconding Dick Tremaine.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Did you have him previously, or just Brad convinced?
I did. No, I had him already.
All right, Claire.
Yeah.
Well, I did not choose Dick Tremaine. I know, it's shocking. But I chose, for this one, Sailor for the snakeskin jacket.
Nice. Yeah. He's a good contender for that one, but
Yeah.
Carries that look.
all right, I guess Dick Tremaine wins.
I would also give an honorable mention to Sting, just for trying.
You
All right.
barely tried.
We could also say worst dressed is Donna wearing Laura Palmer's sunglasses.
Yes.
Oh, also the creature from Inland Empire. Or not Inland
Yeah.
Empire. Mulholland Drive.
behind the man behind Mr. Weasley.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're stressed.
Someone needs to give him some style advice.
Yes.
He's in the right place for it too.
Yeah.
Hollywood. Anyways.
So I wasn't exactly sure what death time achievement was. What the exact meaning was. That just for death scenes?
Well, I just think it's a person that would get a lifetime achievement, but they have to be dead.
I have one.
So you mean they had like their life was well spent, but they're dead? Is that what you mean?
Sure.
I thought of just a death I enjoyed.
I wasn't.
That's the way I did it too.
Oh,
Okay, that'll work.
I chose the saddest death.
All right, Mel, you go ahead.
I don't remember what I picked.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even think I picked anything because I wasn't sure. I didn't understand.
Okay.
I didn't understand. I was like, I don't know if it's for somebody that deserves to die.
Okay,
or
well,
for
Whatever you want it to be.
Whatever you want it to be.
Okay, well, let me think about
Okay,
it.
you go last then. I'll go with Frank Booth getting his brains exploded. That's my
Yay!
death time achievement.
Nice.
Yeah.
You achieve so much.
Brad?
I think I gotta go with the log lady's husband.
What?
He achieved a lot inside a log.
Yeah, that's true.
So true.
All right, Caitlin?
Well, I picked the baby from Eraserhead.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
That one is rough. Getting the scissors down the middle.
oh.
And then pussing up.
Becoming giant.
That's strong. May have swayed me.
Yeah.
Claire?
I chose one of the most tragic deaths, which was Waldo the Minor Bird, because
Ooh. Also
although
good.
his death helped lead to them finding Laura Palmer's killer, who knows what other things Waldo might have said, what other wisdom he might have imparted.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
It's so much
Well, we saw what he said on Mr. Belvedere.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because it was a straight up Twin Peaks crossover.
That was enjoyable, yeah. You got one now, Mel? You can just agree with someone else's if you didn't think of one.
They're all pretty good. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna panic now.
Everyone's staring at you through Skype.
Yep. Or through your window, Mel.
No.
Well, I'm gonna switch my vote to the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
baby.
like that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for that. Let's
Yeah.
go for the baby.
Baby wins.
Achieved a lot in death.
Actor you would most want recast. So this would be like which character should have been played by someone else, or
Yeah. We just want to drop an actor.
okay,
Go back in time. Take him out.
all right. You got one, Mel?
Stop starting with me.
All right.
I'm panicking.
We'll switch and put you on the end then. We'll start with you.
She's like, I can't take the break out.
No.
All right. I'm going with Donna Hayward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you swap her to Moira Kelly?
Yep, she should have been Maura Kelly from the first.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is that yours as well, Brad?
Of course.
Okay.
Who else? Who else?
Mine was Billy Zane, and we could swap him with a plank of wood, and I'd be happy. But we could also swap James Marshall with a plank of wood.
That's true as well.
Log Lady's husband outacts both of them.
Actually, I did have one. I wanted to switch Evelyn Marsh's brother.
With
I don't know.
anyone?
So anyone.
Exposition Malcolm!
You didn't like him?
No. Well, I didn't like Evelyn Marsh either, but he was worse.
He looked like an X-Files actor.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
But would he be any better with someone else saying the same words?
No, he wouldn't be.
Do you think, like, if they swapped out the actress who played Evelyn Marsh with, like, an actual amazing actress, like, that role was played by Meryl Streep, do you think that would save that storyline?
No.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing with Meryl Streep, though.
We'd all be talking about. Do you remember that weird part where they had that weird spin-off with Meryl Streep? How strange.
That's weird.
Why did she agree to that?
Caitlin, do you got one?
I'm just gonna jump on the Donna Hayward bandwagon because I forgot I had come up with a really good one that's gone.
Oh, you forgot who you came up with?
Yeah.
It's lost
Okay.
to the ages.
It just hit me one day and it's like bam. And
Oh, okay.
I've got a runner-up.
Just
All right.
scream it out later.
My runner-up is the monkey from the end of Inland Empire because I feel it deserves better.
Aww.
Oh,
Mm.
all right.
What if that monkey was played by the same monkey that had the starring role in Monkey Shines? And in Inland Empire, it's like, and now I'm in this complete rubbish role, and I was Oscar worthy in Monkey Shines. Damn it!
Nice. Such a tragic fall.
Mm. Did you ever
Alright.
find out what happened to that monkey?
I need to find out. I know its real name was Boo.
All right, so Donna Hayward wins. All right, now universe you would least like to find yourself trapped in.
Empire.
Inland Empire for you?
Yeah.
But was that a universe or was that just one person's messed up head?
I don't want to be in her head.
Fair enough.
All right, well,
I didn't even want to watch the movie. So there you
Yeah.
go.
okay. Well, I'm going with Dune, but I'm not sure if that's in contention because he didn't create that universe.
It counts.
It counts? Okay. I'm going with Dune. Generally, I like futuristic worlds, but Dune is shitty and dirty and gross.
Sand everywhere.
For me, that would be an adventure. I said Eraserhead.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's too bleak.
That's
I didn't acknowledge Dune or Inland Empire in any of mine because that would mean acknowledging that they exist, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, so I did Eraserhead.
Yeah, I went towards Eraserhead as well.
all right.
So is there consensus there? You guys, Eraserhead wins, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a bad place to live.
Yeah. It would be.
You can't even sit down and have a nice dinner of chicken because it will like squirt stuff and bounce
true.
around at you.
Yeah.
It's true. Food.
At least in Dune, like you can fly around on a spaceship and
You
like
get-
have crazy shields.
You can get high on spice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Good times.
You can hang out with Big Ed Hurley.
Mm.
Okay, most likely to succeed. I'm curious as if we'll have a landslide victory here. Go ahead, Mel.
Well, I know I can't really say anything but Hawk because I'm gonna get yelled at if I do.
That's right.
He's been fought for so hard for so long.
Yeah. Most likely to succeed. Yeah, my vote is Hawk as well. He's been held down far too long.
Yeah.
I decided to look at that as most likely to become president, and I chose Hawk.
Definitely.
Solid.
All of us picked Hawk? Really?
Yep.
Yeah?
Nothing
Okay.
else was allowed.
If there's any question, Matt, go on.
Great. All right. Character you would least trust with your dry cleaning.
Wait, guys, this one's gonna get serious
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
gotta think about this. Listen, all right, think about it. You have a big event to be to, but I gotta get my suit cleaned. There's one person to take it to. Who are you least likely to trust with your dry cleaning?
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead, Mel.
the thing is with me, I can't even trust Matt with my. I don't even think I'd trust Matt with my dry cleaning.
Oh.
So I don't think this question applies to me.
You wouldn't trust anyone but yourself?
Yeah.
Mel, is Matt a a David Lynch character?
If he
think he
was,
could be?
I wouldn't. Yes.
Okay, imagine this. All right, you go and you have to drop off your dry cleaning. There's somebody behind the counter, and
Oh. Okay.
you either give them your dry cleaning or you say, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to this event. It's not even worth trying.
I have to think of this one.
Okay, I'll go. I'll go with the dirty man behind Winkies in Mulholland Drive.
Anything he touches turns to dirt.
Yeah, I don't want him touching my clothes.
Fair enough.
Brad?
Oh, come back to me. I'm still
Okay.
thinking.
Caitlin.
That'd be like Pigpen touching your stuff.
Ah, it's so true.
Oh,
Wow.
good bag.
I think I'm gonna agree with you, Matt.
Okay.
You can...
I would least trust Andy from Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Disaster waiting to happen.
it's true. He just ripped your clothes all.
He would put them in the wood chipper or something.
But I thought that's where they went.
Why would he even own a business at that point? If that
Yeah, I'm just imagining this dry cleaning service business. It's just a counter, and Andy's there, and in the back, all that's back there is a wood chipper.
And then the cops come to check it out because they think it's a front for something.
All right, Claire.
I thought long and hard about this. Obviously, the person I'd most trust with my dry cleaning is Dick Tremaine. World's greatest human. Least trust would have to be Cousin Del, aka Crispin Glover, with the cockroaches in his underpants.
Very, very true.
I think there are things that I like erase from my mind.
would you get your
Put them back.
underpants dry cleaned though?
Would I get what?
Would you get your underpants dry cleaned?
Of course.
You got one, Brad?
Okay, I'm torn between the waiter, because I feel like he might turn into a giant and steal my clothes.
Plus, he would take forever.
Yeah, and there's no chance. And also anyone from Dune, because they wear suits that filter their urine and they're covered in sand. And that would not be good.
Oh.
But I think when it comes down to it, I think I gotta go with the waiter, because I'm gonna be in line forever. He's probably gonna steal my shit. I just don't. I can't have that man handling my laundry.
Okay, so did we have anyone with 2 votes yet? No. We got Dirty Man, Waiter,
Andy.
Del, and there's another one.
I don't know. What do we think? Somebody make a case for their pick. Let's try to sway some minds.
Cousin Del had cockroaches in his underpants, and he was wearing them.
That's true.
It's
Very
super
true.
gross.
Just the worst.
Who knows where else
He's
they'll have those
making a
cockroaches?
sandwich.
But the dirty man behind Winky's would probably do your dry cleaning in that dumpster that he lives in.
And then when he gave it back to you, he'd appear from behind the dumpster and, and kill you out.
Yeah.
I think that would.
Bwah.
I think I would least want him to do my dry cleaning because he would scare the bejesus out of me. I think I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, that's very true, but at the same time, I feel like he would be thankful for the work. Probably try to do a really good job of it.
Yeah, he might be able to clean himself up, yeah.
Oh, maybe like
Okay.
dry cleaned himself as well.
Okay, yeah, that's true. At least he's not insane like Cousin Del. So yeah, let's go with Cousin Del because
Yeah, Cousin Del.
he could drop cockroaches in your pants. All right, all right. Best single appearance character. I took this one as not really like single appearance, but like cameo kind of character. It doesn't show up often, or just does show up once. And I voted for the cowboy from Mulholland Drive.
Oh, perfect. That's so perfect.
Yeah, he was just so mysterious, and I love the way he spoke and the way he phrased things.
I voted for the hitman from Mulholland Drive.
Ah.
Just because I love his scene. It's my favourite bit, where he's just so grumpy that his hit isn't going as fast.
All right, Brad, you got one?
I'm torn between those two. I think I gotta go Hitman.
Okay.
Because I would have liked to see more Hitman antics.
Exactly. He shot a woman in the butt.
That's pretty awesome.
Caitlin, you got one?
I'm gonna jump on the Hitman bandwagon too.
Yes.
Looks like he's won at this point.
I think I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing it because everyone's doing it, Mel?
No, it's because I didn't have an answer.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Just jumping on that bandwagon.
Runner up to that thing in Dune, like the pilots or whatever, the big creature in the tank,
Oh yeah.
Creature in the tank. I'm trying to think of what that is.
the big alien thing that the.
Oh yeah, with the weird mouth.
Dune.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Yeah. It was more gross than interesting to me.
What about the guy in Twin Peaks, best single appearance? The guy in Twin Peaks who says, "Hot damn, that pie's good."
Yes.
Because he's pretty awesome.
Runner up.
Pie yokel.
Yeah, the pie yokel.
Dr. Jacoby's tie.
Creepy. So creepy.
Okay, so now we
Stop
got.
molesting your tie, George.
Tie molester. Alright, so now we got most improved slash best character development.
I took that as best character arc.
Yeah, same thing, yeah.
Okay.
When I started thinking about this, I started realizing that there aren't too many character arcs in David Lynch things. Everyone generally ends up the same as they were at the beginning.
Or worse.
Or worse, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, it could be a downward arc.
Yeah, I guess that's still an arc.
True.
But it's most improved, though. So,
Exposition Malcolm.
well, I thought about
Because
this...
he goes away?
Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
He runs out of exposition and dies.
Yeah,
Yes.
he died and that improved his character.
Yes.
I thought about this a long time and I had to go with Sailor Ripley because he's the only one I could think of that started, he was kind of shitty and then he learned a lesson by the end. And, he was a nice guy at the end. Sailor Ripley from Wild at Heart.
Cool.
Brad?
This is tough. I'm thinking maybe Andy?
Did he change and grow?
I think he grew a little bit.
Okay.
He's gonna be a father.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he took on some responsibility there. Sailor Ripley's also going to be a father. Well, he is a father. Caitlin?
I actually had thought of Sailor Ripley, too.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Claire?
I chose Leyland Palmer because Ray Wise was amazing in the role, and he starts off and he's the grieving father, and then he becomes like crazy like grieving Leyland dancing around, and then he became Bob, and then he kind of had a complete arc because he kind of repented before he died.
Yeah, he's one of the few characters in Twin Peaks with some character development, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of Twin Peaks, I just struggle to think of people who change and grow.
Audrey changes for the worse.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I had thought about picking her, but then Matt was like, but she got worse. I was like, you're right.
Well, would you agree with either Sailor Ripley or Leland Palmer, or do you have another pick, Mel?
Or Andy.
Or Andy?
No, I don't really have anybody else. Not that I can think of, just...
Okay, well, would
Just
you
like
agree
that.
with any of the ones that have been...
Sure.
I'll flip my vote to Leland.
Alright, so it's tied.
Yes!
It's tied.
Okay, sure.
2 for Sailor
Whatever,
Ripley.
I'm easygoing, whatever.
No, you have to break the tie, Mel. It's 2 for
Mel, the
Sailor
power
Ripley
is
and
yours.
2 for
I'm
Leland.
putting the power in your hands.
Oh.
Ray Wise or Nicolas Cage?
Oh.
Hey, this isn't about the actors, it's the characters.
Exactly.
Dirty tricks are completely allowed.
These alliances are being formed.
No, though I kind of like Nicolas Cage. I can't help it. But I didn't
Huh?
put my vote.
Oh.
Fights is pretty awesome too. I don't know. Don't make me pick. You know
I
I'm
will
terrible.
wring your neck.
You know I am the worst at making decisions on anything. I am the worst person.
Okay, I'm gonna start choking you, and you have to come up with something before you lose consciousness.
Pick a number between 1 and 2, quick.
2.
Oh, that's Sailor Ripley.
God damn it.
I should have picked
Awarded.
We all know that Caitlin's the most honest person here, so we're going with...
Okay.
Woo!
Well,
I think we've established
played,
Caitlin's a well-known liar.
What? No.
Amanda recount.
Fine. 1. Sailor Ripley!
Nice. Oh well. Maybe that one's deadlocked. So best Lynch protagonist.
Cooper.
I tried very hard not to pick Cooper, but I picked him in the end.
I went through everyone and picked Cooper.
I was like, I don't want to pick Cooper, but then I was just like, oh, but he's so delightful.
And then I was like, it will annoy Brad, so I did.
Can't do it.
Well, who do you pick, Brad?
I pick the kid in Grandmother. Actually, I pick Jack Nance in Eraserhead.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Poor bastard had it rough.
Sure did.
Caitlin, who do you got?
Yeah, to mix things up, I'm gonna propose Jeffrey Beaumont from Blue Velvet.
Ooh.
Ed Erin.
It's
Nice.
Bizarro Dale Cooper.
Yeah.
So
Alright,
essentially,
I'm switching my vote again. Sorry, Elephant Man.
Oh, the
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
I'm switching my vote as well.
Everyone jump off the
I
Dale Cooper
also
boat.
switching.
Everyone get off of this Dale Cooper boat.
Insanity.
Just sinking.
You prefer to be alone on the boat, don't you, Matt?
Sure, I'll jump ship too.
Damn it! Me and Cooper all alone here floating.
I do like Dale Cooper though. Aw.
Do you like him better than the Elephant Man?
I don't know. The Elephant Man is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's already won. He's got 3 votes.
I know.
But you can still throw a vote just so we know who you
He's
like.
less
I
sad.
like Dale Cooper.
Okay, you picked Dale Cooper? Alright,
Sure.
but the Elephant Man wins 3-2. Alright, best Lynch antagonist.
I could not pick.
Oh, really?
They're all
all
really
good.
Yeah, they're all really good.
They're what make the Lynch films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick Bob, but he's not really an antagonist, I don't think.
He doesn't have a very well established character compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
He's so creepy.
Yeah, and the guy from Lost Highway, the videotape guy,
Oh yeah, I didn't think of this.
he's very creepy, but yeah, again, not much character is there.
For me, it's between Bob and Frank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably say Frank.
I picked Frank Booth.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, okay, Frank Booth, that was easy. Best supporting character.
Dick Tremaine!
Nice.
Guys, there's no question in my mind.
Alright, I picked Gordon Cole.
Because you're in love with him.
because of my man crush on Gordon Cole.
Would you like me to argue my point about Dick Tremaine?
Sure.
I'd just like to point out that no other character in Twin Peaks has had 2 fan songs written about him by the hosts of the Twin Peaks podcast. Thank you.
Oh man, I even wrote one of those songs. Damn it.
I know.
Yeah, you didn't write a song about Gordon Cole, man.
No, I didn't. Shit. I'm undermining myself. Who do you like, Brad, Caitlin?
I gotta go with Audrey Horne.
Oh, yeah, she's really good too.
I was going with Pete Martell. It's interesting that we all picked, yeah,
Twin Peaks characters.
Twin Peaks characters.
Who'd
Because
you
they're so delightful.
Who'd you pick, Matt?
I had to pick anybody.
Pick one.
No.
Man, come on.
I needed more time to think. I know, I had like weeks to think about this.
We've got Gordon Cole, Dick Tremaine, Audrey,
Dick Tremaine.
Pete Martell.
I hear a whisper.
Somebody's whispering something. I hear Dick Tremaine's voice on the wind. Or his name.
Yes, this is the ghost of Dick Tremaine saying you should vote for Audrey.
I'm switching my vote to Audrey.
Oh.
Oh,
Must wanna-
I forgot how much I love her.
Yeah, but I almost voted for her, and then I remembered that she goes nowhere near the end.
Whatever. It was good while it lasted.
It's not her fault.
Yeah.
That's Laura Flynn Boyle's fault.
Sick.
I don't know, I do find Pete very delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to make it a tie between Pete and Audrey?
sure.
Oh, okay. Dick Tremaine gets boxed out.
Aw.
But he's delightful too.
You have to make up your mind one of these days.
Everyone loves Pete.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Pete and Audrey. They're gonna go fishing together.
It's like
share the
Fish in
award.
the percolator.
But you know, this stuff is like picking between your children. Which one do you pick? You can't pick.
You didn't create them.
Neither. I sent them
I
both to the
know,
orphanage.
but you love them all. They're great. I don't know. It's hard to pick.
Yeah. It's a veritable Sophie's choice.
I guess.
I have 2 votes, one for Audrey, one for Pete.
I have 12 votes, and they're all for Dick Tremaine.
My votes are bigger than yours.
So you got nothing, though?
No, whatever.
All right, so Pete,
I'll go with whatever.
Pete and Audrey have tied.
Yeah.
All right. Funniest moment. I've got 4, and I still am not decided on which one's the best. No, I've got 3. Sorry. Somebody else go.
Well, let's hear your 3. Let's give us something to mull over.
Well, I did have What the Hell from Cowboy and the Frenchman, but it's been a while since I've seen it, and you guys...
What the hell?
Yeah, you guys kind of soured me on it. Maybe it's not as good as I remember. What the hell? I just enjoy Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
What the hell? And I've got The Bad Assassin from Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, that was
Perfect.
And I Can Hear You, Gordon Cole from Twin Peaks.
I had picked anything by Gordon Cole.
Yeah.
He always made me laugh.
I can hear you.
Yeah, he's just delightful. Anyways.
My socks are on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Gordon Cole.
I don't know. I'll make my mind up near the end. Somebody else go.
I have Albert laughing at Ed's story of how Nadine got her eye shot out.
Oh, that's good. I've got Dick Tremaine.
Yay!
All of Dick Tremaine.
Ooh, Dick Tremaine.
His nose.
Oh no, I was gonna say the paying for the abortion scene.
Oh.
Caitlin, what you got?
I really like the assassin one.
Okay, I could go with that.
Man.
Oh man. Did you go?
Yeah, I already did. I said Gordon Cole.
Gordon
I also
Cole?
like some of the Dumbland stuff.
Some of the Dumbland.
Yeah.
The stick.
The wife.
All right, I think the Bad Assassin from Mulholland Drive's got 2 votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, he wins. Scariest moment.
You have to go, Matt.
I have to go?
Yeah, go first.
Oh, I picked the Frank Booth dry hump.
That sounds like a dance.
I picked Laura Dern stretched out clown face.
That film does not exist.
Empire. Oh.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Okay.
I have creepiest and I have scariest.
All right.
Creepiest, I chose the scene from Lost Highway, so I did have one, which was the "I'm in your house right now" thing, because it's terrifying. But scariest, the one that really, really scared me originally, I tried not to go with anything from Twin Peaks, because I was like, it's too obvious. So I went with Man Behind Winkies, because I also nearly had a heart attack when he appeared the first time I saw it.
Yeah, that scared me too.
All right.
I think what still creeps me out is that beginning of Fire Walk with Me with David Bowie appearing and disappearing in the hallway.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
Are you including the part where Cooper's seeing himself on the camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of that. Ugh, that whole bit.
Yeah, that's super scary too.
What do you got, Caitlin?
I couldn't come up with one. Cause I don't know. Just I think some of the Twin Peaks stuff is pretty good. With I think the one with Leland where he's killing cousin Maddie.
Yeah.
It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
And Renette's Dream as well. That's if I'd gone with one from Twin Peaks, I would have gone with Renette's Dream
From the season 2 opener?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all pretty good stuff, guys.
I don't know. This is gonna be tough.
Everything.
It's all pretty scary.
I'm trying to think what everyone else had. I can't remember.
I had the Frank Booth dry hump.
I had Laura Dern's scaredy stretch out clown face.
I might switch mine.
I would go with the scary clown face.
I might switch mine to that.
That was like the thing where I was like, yep, that's it. I'm never watching this movie again.
that one genuinely scared me. It wasn't like a drawing out, oh, the scene is very disturbing and creepy. That one actually, pops onto the screen and you're just like, ah!
Yeah, I literally was like, ah!
It's the scariest moment, Laura Dern's face.
Laura Dern cry face is already bad enough.
Yeah. Stretched clown cry face is the worst. Yeah, I think that one wins. Any objections?
Nope.
All right. So, best frequently used actor. Who do you like that's used across multiple projects?
Jack Nance.
Jack Nance.
Jack Nance?
Oh, that was simultaneous.
Yes.
I got Harry Dean Stanton.
Oh, but I like. Oh.
You're wrong.
Jack.
I think I like Harry Dean Stanton more because it's always fun to see him pop up.
Yeah.
But none of the parts he has are that great.
It's always the same. He always plays the same mopey character, kind of.
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
I just love
Jack Nance.
you even have Jack Nance in one scene I think in Lost Highway where they turn off the radio and you just hear him go, "I like that song." And it's like, oh, Jack Nance.
Yeah.
All right, Jack Nance is the winner.
Yeah.
And he's the confused cowboy.
I voted for Jack Nance.
What about the confused cowboy? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, best soundtrack.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I chose Twin Peaks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Runner up the Straight Story.
Yeah, I really like the Straight Story soundtrack.
I really like that soundtrack.
Yeah.
I really like the Lost Highway soundtrack.
Yeah.
That one's good too, yeah. But I don't know, it's pretty... I don't think there was a soundtrack I didn't really like. I think they're all pretty good.
Even the Inland Empire soundtrack.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Twin Peaks wins overall. And yeah, okay. Most touching.
3 words. I was going to say 2 words, but it's not. It's 3. Dick Tremaine swing.
It's the new thing.
Oh, I love it.
Most touching moment. I put the moment where in Fire Walk with Me, when Leland snaps out of it for a moment and he realizes what he's doing and what he's done, and he goes over to Laura and he kisses her on the forehead and he looks very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really touching, like in the actual Twin Peaks show too, when he was dying. That was really touching.
Yeah.
And also Cooper was super hot in that scene. That touched me.
You just ruined the moment.
That's a different kind of touch, Claire.
That's a bad touch.
So what's your vote, Claire?
I put the pantomime scene during the Elephant Man because every time I watch it, I just cry my eyes out.
Yeah, that is good.
Because it's not even like it's kind of like a happy moment as well, but it's just so
Yeah, that's super.
it just it just gets to me.
Okay, Caitlin?
I agree with the Elephant Man one, but I'm also going to throw in the street story. I don't know, it's at the end when he arrives finally at his destination.
Yeah.
Arrives at his brother's place. I can't remember what happens. Don't they just kind of look at each other and sit down on the porch?
Yeah, and they just look at the stars, don't they, I think?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It's that soundtrack that does it. What do you got, Brad?
I think I'm swayed to Elephant Man.
Oh,
That's pretty good stuff.
That is.
okay. All right, Elephant Man wins.
Yay!
And our last category, best overall Lynch project.
Whew.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
It's cliche, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it the most. Even if you take the series out and just put the movie in there with the other movies, it's still a strong contender. It might be tied for one of my favorite movies.
I gotta give a strong runner-up to Blue Velvet though, because I didn't get to mention it anywhere else.
Yeah, Blue Velvet's awesome.
And that's
Yeah.
I think after Twin Peaks,
I would
that's my
agree.
favorite.
I'd say I'd put Blue Velvet as one of my scariest moments as well, like which is the bit where the guy in the guy that's been shot in the head and he's just standing up
Oh, right.
and then he just kind of moves or yells or something. I can't remember.
His brain is
That-
sticking out and his arm
that
arm
really-
jerks.
yeah.
His arm jerks. and knocks over a
I
lamp.
hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like that. Not
Yeah.
like
We all in agreement, Twin Peaks then?
Yep.
Yes.
I
it's
guess
the name of the podcast.
I guess we're kind of biased, yeah. All right, so that's all of them.
I can't wait to see what people say. It's gonna be
Yeah.
so many arguments.
All right, got a couple emails here. Yeah.
Nice.
We got another one. We got another roast, guys.
No,
But-
don't.
Oh,
I have
no.
I have not read it yet, but he assured me he went easy this time.
No,
What a great way to conclude our podcast.
Is it a roast like a nice roasted coffee bean?
Maybe.
Roast beef, which is the Swedish word
I
for roast beef.
feel like I'm gonna have to fuck it up.
I don't know. I'll start reading it, and then you guys. Actually, no, somebody else read it.
I'll read it until it's time to decide whether to take it off the podcast or not.
Okay,
Was this on via email or on iTunes?
this is on email.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is about the short films, and this is from Jeff Hill.
Right. Okay, here we go with the short films. The combination of an 8-ball and NyQuil are getting me through these. 6 men getong sick. Typo. What a great start. What a great to start your career, Mr. Lynch. Animated vomit porn. Should have called it 6 Guys 1 Cup. Zling-a-zling-zling. Next up, the alphabet. Letters form words, and I have 4 words to describe it. This gave me cancer. Wah, wah, wah. I'm making sounds so you know when the jokes are.
Thank you.
The grandmother. So we have the palest looking motherfuckers on the planet who do nothing but bark at each other like dogs. I'm gonna read these like it's a roast. Maybe that'll help it be considered funny. The grandmother. So we have the palest looking motherfuckers on the planet who do nothing but bark at each other like dogs. It's no wonder the boy had his face shoved in the puddle of piss in his bed. He needs to be smacked with a rolled up Sunday New York Times. All one sentence. Now on to the grandmama. If I was to grow a woman, it would be a hot 20-year-old sorority nitwit with loose morals and daddy issues.
Oh, God. Seriously.
And not this weathered old bag. She looks like a bag of knots. Enough of this. I'm plowing through. So are we. The amputee. So good it deserved to be seen twice. It's the log lady, but she has no legs. She only has stumps. Get it? Logs, trees, stumps.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha!
I don't get it.
That joke was such a bomb, I should have strapped it to my chest and found the nearest crowded marketplace.
Oh, no.
Terrorism. Always funny. People die. I think this is the reason she is upset, is because she found out there was a penis under her friend's skirt, just like the nurse.
Jeff Hill, you lied to me.
You really did.
Yeah, he said it was a roast.
Do we want to just never...
I'm gonna keep reading them.
Okay.
We all need to know what was said, so we can then ignore it. The Frenchman and the cowboy. Let me start off by saying this. If this comes out wrong, blame Google Translate. Basi moi sete salt lac.
What?
So Slim is deaf on account of two 30-06 rifles going off too close to his head. Watching this, I wish I'd sucked off the end of a double-barrel shotgun. What the hell, indeed. Hawk comes down the mountain, wanting his $20 back. Slow day at the casino, I guess. Racism. Geez, it's no wonder they gave him blankets infested with smallpox. Racism. Also, we get songs from Lady Gaga, Shitley Houston, and Mariah Can't Carry a Note. Jokes, you would assume, but relate to nothing. The dance looks like someone trying to choreograph a plane crash. I'm done with this. And now I will leave you with 4 words which will echo the sentiments of the podcast host and its listeners. Jeff Hill isn't funny.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Theoretical comedy, guys. Theoretical.
But that was.
Oh, man. Now I have to decide whether to leave that in or not.
If he knows that he's not funny, why does he keep sending us these?
Because he thinks he's so unfunny, it's funny.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, but it's not.
Mm.
It's just
You see, if you say that it's not funny, that way you can get away when hopefully someone will say, oh, I actually thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But if you set yourself with the bar of it's not funny, then it's just what it is. We all just have to endure it.
Yes.
I say leave it in the podcast as a lesson to humanity.
Poor humanity.
All right.
Like I sort of felt bad for him last time, but this time I don't know. I don't think
What was the last one?
No, last one didn't even. Last one was definitely cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it for? For one of the films?
It was for Eraserhead.
Because we already told, since we told him this time, look, you're not being, we cut you out, whatever.
Mm.
He should have known better this time, He didn't.
All right, well, we'll see. We got another one. One last one from Harold Wallen. I hope this one's more pleasant. I assume it is. Harold's a nice guy.
What if it's not? What if it's like, hey man, these stupid shitbirds, racism, blah, 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 blah.
Well, then we'll get Caitlin to read it.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds fun coming out of her mouth. Here you go, Caitlin.
Okay, let's do this.
This is from Harold Wallen.
Just wanted to thank you all for a great podcast. You were the first introcast that I listened to, and you have a rare quality. You were able to discuss episodes while always remaining interesting, thought-provoking, and humorous. Your podcasts never lag or feel too long. I will never be able to watch Twin Peaks again without being reminded of your cast, whether it is Exposition Malcolm or Claire's boyfriend, Dick Germain. And thank you for fostering a vibrant community of fellow fanatics where people can share thoughts and artwork inspired by Twin Peaks.
Yay.
What leaps out to me about David Lynch's work is his total mastery of sound and image. He can take what would ordinarily be a pedestrian scene and heighten its emotions, give it a dreamlike quality, or imbue it with quirky humor through his manipulation of lighting, color, depth of focus, sound, and pacing. One of the things that I always loved about Lynch's films is his use of color. It reminds me of 1950s Technicolor films with their deep blues and reds. I just enjoy that look. For some reason, that may be peculiar to me, and I keep coming back to films as disparate as The Bandwagon, Tarnished Angels, and Blue Velvet because of the warmth of color. What else do I love about Lynch's films? Protagonists who develop unhealthy obsessions they cannot control, amateur detectives, a love of all things 1950s, and Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
What do I not like? I will leave it to others. It should be fairly obvious. Thanks again for a great run, Harold Wallen.
Aw, thanks, Harold.
Yeah,
Aw.
thanks.
That was a good one to end on.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Glad you sent that. Yeah.
Oh, can I throw a last minute award?
Award? Yeah, sure.
What do we think the best David Lynch trope or cliche is?
Ooh, curtains. I'm trying to think of something besides curtains.
I was thinking like amateur
Moving.
detectives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Strobe lights.
Coffee.
Women in peril.
Yeah, women in peril.
What's your favorite? Okay, next. Let's say David Lynch's next film project. What are you hoping for? What's the one?
Huh. That's a good question.
David Lynch's Great Expectations. No, David Lynch's Sense and Sensibility.
Oh man.
That's what I want.
I want Black Lodge the movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't he working on a movie that never got released called Ronnie Rocket?
Yeah.
And it was like
Yeah.
weird premise. What was the premise again?
I don't remember.
It was like super weird.
Was that the one that was kind of supposed to be like Marilyn Monroe?
No.
Or no, that was an
a
actual
No, that was
Marilyn.
Goddess.
Yeah, that was an actual Marilyn Monroe movie.
I would like David Lynch to do a film for Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe Doctor Strange. Because that would be amazing.
Oh, that would be
Harry
cool.
Dean Stanton is Doctor Strange. Come on.
He was in Avengers.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be amazing.
Nobody knew he was Doctor Strange at the time.
Exactly.
David Lynch is Howard the Duck.
Oh, that would be great. Way better than George Lucas.
Okay, can I read the overview of Ronnie Rocket?
Yeah.
Ronnie Rocket concerned the story of a detective seeking to enter a mysterious second dimension, aided by his ability to stand on one leg. Wait, I'm not done. He is obstructed on this quest by a strange landscape of odd rooms and a threatening train, while being stalked by the Donut Men, who wield electricity as a weapon.
Oh my god, this sounds great.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, can we just call it Buckaroo Banzai 2?
In addition to the detective's story, the film was to show the tale of Ronald Darte, a teenage dwarf who suffers a surgical mishap, which leaves him dependent on being plugged into an electrical supply at regular intervals. This dependence grants him an affinity over electricity, which he can produce music or cause destruction. The boy names himself Ronnie Rocket and becomes a rock star, befriending a tap dancer named Electrocute.
Wow.
Why was this not made?
I don't even know.
Oh my god.
And,
I would watch that a billion times
and
more than
Michael J.
if it
Anderson was going to be in it.
Yes.
Oh.
And on the
Oh my
on
god,
the-
you have to send it.
Yeah.
Oh my
on-
god, you have to send it.
I don't know what this is from, but on the Wikipedia of the article, there's a picture of Michael J. Anderson. He's wearing a Carnival
Coat.
jacket,
Yes.
Yeah.
but he's also holding a T-shirt that says "Covered in Bees."
I wonder if that's a
He's,
And
a
it looks
fan,
like-
he's a fan of the Wicker Man starring Nicolas Cage.
Well, it looks like it's got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy on the
It's
front.
probably a band covered in bees.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, hilarious. Aw.
Caitlin, I just saw your little thumbnail picture out of the corner of my eye, and I thought you were Dana Scully.
I do not take that as a compliment. Thanks.
Oh, really?
Just kidding. It's fine. I'm sure it's just the hair color. Anyway.
It's the haircut and color, yeah.
And the color, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It's not what my hair looks like anymore.
The skeptical look.
You don't think she's pretty?
No, she's pretty enough. I just don't like the color of her hair, actually.
It's more blonde now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're off topic.
Oh, Matt, you have an email from Lips in Billing.
Yeah, how much do I owe?
I would like to say that I second everything that Harold said about the podcast. It's awesome, and so are you guys.
Oh, thanks.
And it was the first intro cast I ever listened to, and also the first podcast I ever listened to.
What, seriously?
Yeah.
You're a
We're your first.
you're a podcast fanatic now.
Yeah, you popped my podcast cherry, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Where'd you find us again?
I think it was on the Welcome to Twin Peaks blog.
Okay.
Like, there was a thing, and I was like, podcast? What's that? And then I actually downloaded the first ones independently until I realised that I could get them on iTunes. So yeah.
Jumped in head first after.
And then I became obsessed.
And now it's your career.
Yeah, I wish.
All right, guys. Well, yeah. that's
Speaking of which, can we talk about the tarot card deck?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Is there going to be more of those?
Yeah, because I got them printed as the actual decks of cards.
Well, wait.
And-
Let's set this up. Tell people what it is first of all.
Oh, okay. Well, I decided to do 22 drawings inspired by Twin Peaks and the Rider-Waite tarot deck, because I like the symbolism in the tarot and I thought it would fit Twin Peaks. And then they were popular, but then I had loads of people going, oh, you haven't drawn Nadine, and you haven't drawn Pete, and you haven't drawn this person. So I was like, okay, I'll draw some more. And then it ended up where I drew all 78. So I have 78 drawings. I'm never going to have to do that border ever again because I have to hand draw it. But it was a lot of fun, and I actually have got them printed as a actual deck of cards now, like a tarot deck, although they're about the size of playing cards. And I put them on sale about 2 weeks ago. I got 10 printed and they sold out, so now I'm waiting for some more to get printed.
Cool.
But yeah, they came out, I'm really pleased with the way they look.
And
They look really good.
Where can you buy them?
Well, you can buy them on my Etsy store, which if you go to Etsy is Maya Fire Prints.
MAIAFIRE
Prints.
all one word.
PRINTS, not like Prince the royalty.
Oh. I thought maybe you're gonna spell it Prince with a Z at the end.
Yeah, because I'm street.
You got some street cred, yo.
We know, yeah.
Thanks for the promotion, guys.
We got another promotion. We could do Intro to X. If you guys like us and you like the people on this podcast and you want to hear more of us, head on over to Intro to X. We may be done, but Brad and Claire are both on Intro to X, which is about X-Files. It's the same format as this podcast, and
It's tons of fun.
yep. And Mel and I send in voice feedback every week, and Caitlin's there in spirit.
Yeah! Caitlin has a master's
Caitlin
now,
hovers
so...
over us. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the show? Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I've listened to the first few ones,
All right.
but, I was finishing my master's the last few months, so it took all my time. But I'm done now, and so I have freedom. Yep,
Horrible.
So you have a master's?
I do.
Great. What are you a master of?
I'm called Master Caitlin, and I'm a master of it's in management and engineering,
Nice.
Great.
energy and environment related to engineering and management.
So what are you going to do now that you're done?
Find a job.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking for now just in North America,
Cool.
Cool.
but I'll probably come back to Europe sometime soon.
Well,
You should demand that people only refer to you as Master Caitlin.
yeah.
Yes.
You should put that on your resume.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, with the completion of this podcast, I'd like to submit that we've all graduated and become Twin Peaks masters.
Yes.
Do we get our diplomas in the mail?
Yep.
Sweet.
Claire's
And the
gonna.
diploma is carved on a log.
I will put a picture of that log in my resume, in my cover letter, whatever package.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I feel sad, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure. While you guys are doing a podcast currently, I'm sure Mel and I will think of something to do eventually.
Matt's going to do Quantum Leap cast, aren't you, Matt?
Maybe. I don't know. Quantum Leap has been thrown around. Tales from the Crypt has been thrown around.
Nice.
We'll
Twilight Zone, there's only about 1 billion episodes of that.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true,
god,
too.
yeah.
But anyways, we're done, and thanks for listening, and it's been a good ride.
Should we shed a tear?
Let's squeeze real hard and force the tear out.
One
Alright.
tier.
One collective tear.
I'm gonna put this tear basin in the center of all of us, and let's all just gather around it and squirt
Okay.
a tear into it. Alright.
What are you gonna do with those tears?
Oh, sell them to gypsies, of course.
Magical powers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plant a tree in my bed and have a grandma come out.
Alright, later everybody. Bye forever. Bye.
Oh my god, it feels like we're dying.
Hope your grandma.
Farewell.
Thanks for listening. Check us out on twitter.com/TwinPeaksCast. Search for the Twin Peaks Podcast group on Facebook. And visit us on twinpeakspodcast.blogspot.com. Email your feedback to twinpeakspodcast@gmail.com.
Here's a tune for you guys. Okay. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Farewell, Twin Peaks podcast. Good night, my sweet prince. This is all Laura Flynn Boyle's fault. You stupid bitch.
In that bowl again?
Yes.
Good. Gypsy's here to buy your tears. Give me that bowl.
Oh.
Start on another.
Okay.